You don't need to isolate these compounds. Much more power in the whole herbs, much more powerful. And that's why we're doing these things, to help pull man away from this old consciousness that seems to be walking around like a ball and chain with people. And nature past right and left keep falling into this crap. And Bastyr and Southwest, get your crap together and start teaching naturopathy. Quit being medical thinkers, because you're not doing any of these people any good. Jensen also felt the same way about that. You should have got that by now. So, sweetheart, keep pulling on that lip. Could get some worse, but you got to move these out of tissues. That's how you absorb. Could be in form of a neurotoxin too. We don't know. So this is a big problem. Clean your liver out too, sweetheart. Take a liver form and clean that out and see if that'll help you, and then let me know, okay, honey? This is Bisinba 09. Hello to all. I just got some blood work back. I have B12 serum at 270 with elevated homocysteine and also elevated iron. I have been short of breath and sometimes dizzy. Ooh. I feel fatigued. There's always undigested food matter in my stools, and I am pretty skinny at this point. So it definitely seems there is some malabsorption going on, and probably some pancreatic. So get those pancreatic capsules. Pop yourself up to at least 2-3 times a day on that. See if you can get that up there and going there. Good. He takes the pancreatic capsule, lymph, and stomach and bowel capsule number 2, as well as several tinctures, including lymph, kidney, bladder, upper circ, and adrenal parathyroid neuron. Diet is clean, but do not seem to be absorbing. Can anyone please help me out? Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't. You know what? You guys are seeing this isn't like this. This is a process, and I just talked to a young man in the UK, and he got some work behind him there. So, you know, when you wake up to these lymphatic issues, and you wake up to the truth, now we got to roll up our sleeves, and we got a lot of work ahead of us, guys. Don't get frustrated. I know these symptoms. You got the keys. Just don't freak out with that. You got the golden key now. You're going to have to use it and use it and use it until you get yourself better. Same with you, Bev. You got to really start moving and keep working and keep working. It will, I promise you, come out. You will absorb. You will digest. You will get this, but you got to keep working for it. And you younger people are going to have to work harder than ever before. It's going to demand a lot more out of you. But then you're spiritual beings and you're set up for this. So head off and go down that road. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, guys. So don't get frustrated, you all. We're all here helping you push through this. Reward honesty. Now that one I love. I'm telling you, there's nothing like honesty, humility, love, joy, happiness. That's what we're here for. And all of us, let's get in line. If we disagree on something, who cares? But detox is only a one-walk road. What you do after that, who cares? But you're going to see. I've walked different roads in detox, and even the vegetables, the carrot juices and all. We've been talking about that. And so this is the top of the mountain as far as I'm concerned, and many of you who are joining the ranks. We're seeing these levels of an appropriate need level. And I think you're just seeing the need of the Homo sapien to return to his frugivorish roots and his frugivorish body and get back to these sort of things. Not back to the paleo types, back to the original intent of the Homo sapien body, back beyond that, back to creation in its beginning, back to why the Homo sapien is here in the first place. So let's get back and work ourselves back into these levels. Perhaps the farmers will start waking up and getting their heads out of their financial butts and start raising good food. I mean, we need some good food here in America. Fruit, and berries. We need good food here. And we haven't. You people that raise watermelon, I need good watermelon. We don't get good watermelon. I talked to some guy up in Tennessee or somewhere yesterday, and he's getting good watermelon. It's the middle of winter. I can't even get good watermelon. That's disgusting. That cough doesn't sound good. It's a detox. You know what? It's a detox. I've been stressed and working my butt to the bone. But it doesn't matter. I need to clean my lymph, and that's just what I need to do. These are some of the detoxes you're going to get. A little bronchitis symptom, a little lung. Remember, I was raised on milk, so my lymph system doesn't look overly well either. I've got, I'd say, probably 2/3 of it cleaned up, but you could be years cleaning up your lymph system, that's for sure. And then, of course, when you get moving and seeing people and getting these stressful situations, it does take a toll. this emotional component to being a healer is an interesting one, especially you spiritual people are so, we're all emotional because we're weak adrenals. That makes us more sensitive and connective. But it also has its negative sides of being more lymphatics and stuff. So, you know, I welcome healing crises, and I don't mind showing them to you, because I think it's important that we understand that this sort of thing is what we all go through, and that we need to get all this mucus out of us. And so it's just one of those things. I haven't had a healing crisis in probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years. People around here say, well, why don't you go through anything? Well, I maintain a fairly good diet for sure. But when I do, it's like, come on, baby, pull it out, clean it out. Because you always think better, taste better, hear better, talk better, breathe better, always. So it doesn't matter. I'm no different than you guys. We're all just working our way up to the Wellville, you know, in every way. You guys, being the young ones, really have a good chance to knock this in the ballpark. I was talking to Dimitri here, and you know, you can take what we've learned and really learn a lot and grow with this and get deeper in it. But remember, changing the world into getting at least to this level is important. All right, Dimitri, how'd you do? Sum it up. This is the person with the lipedema and the kidney failure and all this. 2 kidney formulas, 1 tincture, 1 caps, right on. Lymphatic formulas, the caps, the tincture, 4, right on. Adrenals or endocrine gland. Now, she's got high blood pressure right now, so you want to do the desiccated adrenals until her blood pressure comes down, and then hit her with the adrenal formula, because you have licorice.
Desiccated?
Desiccated is a glandular. That's a glandular. Now, excuse me, with our herbs, my adrenal formula has licorice, because my adrenal formula is meant for adrenals, but most adrenals, you have low blood pressure. When you have temporary high blood pressure, because now the kidneys are involved, that's when you can shift to a glandular if they are willing to do that. And then, if not, go to the endocrine gland formula, just like you put here, until their blood pressure comes down. Then you can hit them with the licorices and stuff, because when the kidneys are getting better, then the adrenals are going to raise their ugly little head. You're going to see your low blood pressures, and now the licorices are going to come in because you need to bring up your blood pressure. Funny how that is. Bowel capsules, absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect. And that's what you want to do there. Yeah, you want to keep them on a parasite in, because you know they're loaded. You know, she's been in the hospital, she's been loaded with it. She's loaded with fungus, so you want to keep her on a parasite M right through this. You can use an herbal painkiller.
What's the difference between M and G?
M's more for microbes, bacterium, fungus, virals, things like this. And the nice thing is it keeps the family intact, but seems to break down the overgrowth, and that's what I like with the herbs. They're not a total kill. That's something you never want. You never want to kill the bacteria in the human body. That would be not to your advantage in every way, shape, or form. Painkillers you could use, but she's got a tumor pressing up on that spine. So the faster she can get her kidneys to filter, and the faster you can move that lymph, the better off you are. And lymph node 2 is something you want to work her into, because that's going to be more of a tumor buster. Worst case scenarios, if she's really hurt, you can't get the kidneys opened, again, you can find someone with black salve and pull that tumor near the spine out of there and get it to break, so she's not pressing on that spine. I mean, when you got a tumor pressing on the spine and they don't want to remove it because of that, you only have one choice, FDA, and that's black salve. You understand that? Black salve is a great salve for those in trouble like this. If the medical profession can't remove a tumor, then we got to use something to remove it. You can't let people die with that. Get that, FDA?
What about the G now?
Get what?
The parasite G. The M is for
Oh,
microbes,
you can use the G at first. You can use the G for worms and kill her out of worms, but you would need to keep her on the G. Although wormwood has been found to be very beneficial in cancer cases. Let me see here. It may be time for some detox. I'm working on it. I'm working on my detox, my man. You of all people know that your body would benefit from 3 months of cleansing. 3 months? You kidding? I want to live as a fruitarian. That's why I'm soon to retire, and I'm going to the woods, guys. Not going to see me anymore. 20 to 30 pounds fat? Absolutely. Mucus loss? Absolutely. Lots of deep breathing. I do that already, man. I take care of myself. How about using a nebulizer and small? Oh, no way. No way, I want this shit to come out. Colloidal silver? What are you thinking, man? No way, you don't want to use silver. Of course, if I wanted to be one of the members of the Blue Man group, I could take a whole load of that colloidal silver until I turn blue. Never mess with isolates. If you learn anything from me, don't do the silvers. Do the parasite formulas. That's what you need. No, I don't want to stop this. My body's kicking this out just fine. And that's just what I want. I'm in a kind of a semi-fasting state, and that's just what I want. And you're on a fast too, but your blood sugar was too low. Got to get up there.
Still
Did you
45.
check it again?
Still 45.
44, 45 blood sugar. Holy crap, man. Dimitri's on a fast, taking the GI broom, and his blood sugar was 44 this morning. Too low, Dimitri. That just shows the adrenals, you know, but get it up to in the 60s at least for it to take you to the hospital. That'd be interesting. We just test a lot of blood sugars on fasters and see how low the body could tolerate before it goes into a coma. Yeah, it's just the day's world and what we're facing. It isn't like healthy people fasting. We've got people with serious adrenals and lymphatic problems, and fasting for those right off is kind of wait and get them on the fruit fasting and get them on the herbs and get them cleaned out a little bit. Then water fast them. You're going to do a lot better. You're going to maintain blood sugars better. You're going to maintain blood pressure. You're going to maintain better. It just makes sense that the level that people are in, that we don't push them to the top of the mountain right now. Remember that in natural hygiene, Shelton fasted a 12-year-old cancer case and she died from it. Well, that freaked out Jensen, and then he decided not to do too much fasting on his clients. Well, I can understand it back in the day and even today, because if one person dies in natural health, it would be like the world fell apart. And yet, every day a medical doctor probably kills at least one or two. And that's every day, and that's each medical doctor. So, I mean, when you look at this, the kill ratio on allopathy is unreal. Again, last year, over 1 million people dead from allopathic procedures and pharmaceuticals, and none naturopathically. So if one would happen to kill themselves by doing wrong fasting or something like that, it would be the end of the world. And yet 1 million died last year in allopathic. Or more. Makes you sick. Dr. Morse, I have one question for you. What is your take on B12? No, I'm not going to answer that anymore. I've got so much on B12. Guys, forget B12. Throw it out the door. Forget these isolates. Throw them out the door. Focus on health and eating proper. You know, bring all the fruits and the berries and the melons for detox. You want the green drinks? Pump the green drinks. I'll recommend a superfood blend, not isolates. Take a superfood blend, and you won't have any B12 problems. Fix your adrenals, and you will have no B12 problems whatsoever. Get rid of that medical consciousness, and you'll do so much better there, my friend. So, thanks for the question there. But the reason is we've worked B12 and 2 in the ground there, dear one, and go back and take a look at some of our work on that. Dijon 82.